Merry Christmas, everyone. Boy, does it feel good to be back. It has been, what, a year and a half at this point? Like, that's a pretty sizable amount of time to not upload a single video. So, I think that I owe a few... I think that I owe you all a certain amount of explanations as to where we've been, why we've been gone so long, what has been going on, what's the deal, okay, you know, is Santa even real? Let's, you know. And the truth is, it's not as simple as I was busy 'cause school, you know. Because, you know, that's always a factor. Everyone's busy because of school. That's like, you know, kind of the basis, you know. And if it's not school, it's work. So, you know. Otherwise, they're a professional YouTuber and they don't have that problem. Or they don't make YouTube videos at all. That's true as well. In this case, it's a little more specific and has a bit more value in terms of saying it as opposed to I'm just a busy person. Last December, so a year ago, I posted on Instagram a photo, like a series of photos detailing what the plans were for 2018 and also 2019 as well. So basically the plan for the next 2 years. The only thing of note in that was that we announced the release date for Spider-Man 3, and that was going to be December 25th, Christmas Day, 2019. So 2 years from when that post was published on Instagram. The reason for that time was that when I posted that, it had already been 6 months since I started writing, since, you know, pre-production began, and I had planned for pre-production to be over around that time in December, and a possible release date somewhere in 2018. That was the goal, that it would be released in 2018, and, you know, 2019 would be a bit uncertain, but at least I know what I'd be doing in 2018. That's the reason that there are 2 projects, or that there were 2 projects announced for 2018, and only that one project in 2019. It's because when I got to announcing it, I realized, okay, this is going to take a lot longer. I'm going to need more time just so that I have some breathing room in terms of making this. And I essentially gave myself an additional year to work on this. That being said, I had still planned in my mind that the script would be done around summer of this year, right? Summer 2018. I thought, alright, come summer, this should be done. Because by then I would have spent a year from summer 2017 to summer 2018 writing the script. There was no way that it could take me that long to write a script, right? Well, guess what? Summer came and went, and the script was just not done. I wasn't happy with where it was. I was just not satisfied. And the longer it went, the more unsatisfied I felt, and I think that was just because I felt more unsatisfied every time, simply because, you know, after every time I finished a script, I thought, okay, this is it. And then I thought about it again, I went over and I realized yet again that this was not the script, and this was not the story that I wanted to tell, and I wasn't happy with it. So my frustrations, you know, grew more and more as time went on. By that point, I realized something why, you know, I thought to do something that I should have done, you know, a lot earlier, and that was take a break, do something else. And, you know, my reasoning for not doing that until that point was, well, that's just going to slow me down, you know, like, I need to get the script done, and then I can start thinking about other projects. Once the script is done, I can start, you know, going about thinking, alright, well, you know, let's, you know, have a side project or whatever. Like, that was my thinking. I was basically burned out. I thought, you know, this is impossible, I'm never gonna finish this. I'm just not, it's not working out. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do what I should have done, and I'm gonna take a break, and I'm gonna do another project. So I'm not completely inactive, but I'm working on something else. I'm distracting myself intentionally, and I'm going to do something else, and, you know, start up the creative juices again in a new and different way. This is the project that we've been teasing on Instagram for a couple of months now. And if you've seen the post, you probably already know somewhat what the film is going to be about. And we had a lot of fun doing so, and we had even more fun filming it. It was one of the best experiences I ever had, you know, just filming something. It was so much fun, and, you know, I'm really excited to show you all what that is. So that leads, quite naturally into what the current situation is, like, present day. All right. After we finished shooting, so after we wrapped and pre-production or post-production, post-production began, I now decided, you know what? Okay, time to jump back in. I started from scratch. I took over some stuff if I felt like as I was writing, okay, like that element fits this new idea still, so I'm going to keep it in there so I don't just rewrite it entirely. I can carry over stuff, I can cross themes, I can do all this stuff, it's fine. That's not the problem. But I essentially started from scratch. I wanted a new story. And I thought, you know what is the best place of inspiration, as opposed to trying to, not take inspiration from anything, not, I decided, I'm going to allow myself to draw inspiration from things while, taking them and, twisting them and, putting them under a new light and creating something new out of that. To do that, I took my two favorite Spider-Man stories and I took elements that I liked, some themes and, some moments, and, put them together and weave them into an original idea and story, mixing a ton of things together, eventually with something that I felt, this is what I wanted. And I'm in a place right now where the script is done, right, the script is complete, and I'm really happy about that. The two comics that I drew inspiration from were my two personal favorites, Kraven's Last Hunt and The Superior Spider-Man. In case you're wondering, the release date isn't changing. December 25th, Christmas Day 2019 is still the release date, and it's the fact that I gave myself so much leeway in the first place is what allows me to confidently say, release date isn't changing, because I have another year to finish this, and I think I'm quite confident in my ability to have this project done and released by that point. But even though the release date isn't changing, that doesn't mean that nothing is, or nothing that has been announced is changing. The title is going to be changed. The reason for that is that you may or may not know that the next Avengers movie is going to be called Avengers Endgame. The title that we had announced a while ago for Spider-Man 3 was Spider-Man Endgame. And even though, yes, we announced it before they announced theirs, so technically we're in the okay, we didn't copy them, the problem is most people that are going to know about the film when the trailers come out and when the film comes out, they're not going to know this because they don't. I don't expect people to go back on Instagram and all that and check through and go, oh yeah, they did have the title before. That's a very unrealistic expectation, So, I thought, alright, it's gonna look like I just called it Spider-Man Endgame because Avengers called Endgame, and like, ooh, that sounds nice. Besides, the title, was attributed to the script I had back then. And the script is completely different. There is nothing alike in this, basically. There's nothing, essentially. It's changed so much in the last year and a half that, there's essentially nothing, similar. And while the title is ambiguous enough to work for virtually anything that is sort of a, final chapter, I still felt, what? I think this is the opportunity I needed. And, if I'm going to start from scratch, I might as well change the title, and all those elements put together meant that I decided, alright, let's come up with a new title that is centered more specifically around this version of the film, right, and not just like a title that works for a third film in a trilogy, right? Like, a title that's specific to this and, says something about the film, while also having somewhat of an original feel. I wanted a title that was kind of different to titles you would usually see. Not that there's anything wrong with those titles, I just wanted to try something new. And that title is Spider-Man: Long Live the King. And along with that, here is the teaser poster for the film. That's all I'm going to say on that for now. You will know more about it in due time. However, you may remember that a few minutes ago I just mentioned that there was this other project that I did to clear my mind so that I could go back into writing Spider-Man with a clear mind. What was that project then? What's the deal, right? This project is what we've been teasing on Instagram, and it is called Batman Gotham Pizza. The release date is going to be announced tomorrow, along with the trailer for the film, which we are releasing tomorrow as well. So I hope that you enjoy that. And again, I'm not going to say too much about it because I'll let the trailer speak for itself. And finally, the final sort of update is that we are changing sort of the logo and sort of the look of the channel. Here is the new logo. So yes, let us know what you thought of that down in the comments, and generally what you think about all these new updates. Are you excited about these films? Do you have questions? If you do, then go ahead and ask those questions. I'm really curious to see that, and I will try and answer as many as possible, either in a follow-up video or just I'll answer them in the comment section directly. This has been a long time coming and very much overdue, so I'm incredibly thankful for everyone who's stuck with us despite the silence, and I hope that we can make it up to you next year with all these projects that we're doing, and yeah, this has been fun and I'm really happy to show you all this, and I can't wait. I'm really excited. So with that being said, I hope that you have all had a wonderful Christmas and that you will have a happy new year. This has been me, Director Briette Kramer, and I will see you all in the next video.